And we're live. Hello, hello. Can you give it a minute? Hey, Dee Dee, that is outstanding to hear. Test results are in. No brain damage. Dame damage. That's awesome news, man. I love it. That's fantastic. So, guys, I don't know, a lot going on today, and yet other ways, not so much going on, but we ran into a little bit of technical difficulty trying to set up for a picture-in-picture live stream with Heather Kaas. We're going to get that figured out a different night, but tonight we're going to do a speakerphone interview, and Heather's time is short tonight, so without any further ado, I am going to call her up. Food Stamp, good to see you. Christy Kuhn, Dee Dee with the awesome news of the night for sure. We'll get more into that here once we start the conversation. So I'm going to ring up Heather, and you guys let me know if you can hear her okay, and if the speaker is picking it up. Look at, I got a little windsock.
Hello?
Mom?
There's such a delay. That is so weird. I thought you were my son for a second. I'm like, wait a minute, that was Robert.
No, it's me. It's Bill. I'm goofing around. Imagine that.
Okay, well, I'm gonna mute it on my computer so I don't get like the double back of two Bills talking to me with everything.
Okay, that sounds good. Go ahead and mute that. And guys,
I did that.
Can you hear Heather okay? Just in that little brief instance there where we were chatting for a second. And we'll give it a second. Dee Dee says yes. So we've got a green light. She can hear, and we don't have any other feedback. Yep.
And I can see the chat room today, so hopefully as long as everything goes smoothly, I'll be able to read comments as well. So.
Okay, guys, you heard that. Heather should be able to read comments. So if you have anything that you need to or want to get across to her, Heather, you may have heard the first part of this, the first minute there, but last night we were talking about a special test that our friend Dee Dee was getting and had done, and it came back, and it sounds like we're in the clear. So, you know, thank God.
I also got good news. My mom's test. Oh, well, that's nice. My test that my mom had done also came back all clear. She had Barrett's disease, and it's a disease that gradually evolves into cancer. She went back, got it checked, and it's all gone. And so I got good news as well today.
That's outstanding. So mom's good, and Heather is fantastic. Did you celebrate at all, Heather? Or Heather? I'm sorry.
We actually did a dual celebration, because not only that, but today we went down and picked up my oldest son, and he's come back up, and he's now staying with my mom and dad, trying to get back on his 2 feet. He's been in and out of jail and in and out of trouble for quite a long time, and he's finally out of that, and he is so clear, and he's so ready to start a new chapter in his life. So we kind of had a dual celebration today with that. That's great news. And sometimes, you know, life is that way. Sometimes we all need excuse my French, but sometimes we all need a kick in the nuts, and
you know, we come out better than we went in. So I'm
So true.
grateful that his head is right and that he's got a new outlook on life. And that's wonderful. And what I didn't want to do is, Dee Dee, I wanted to say congratulations, seriously, from the bottom of my heart. I'm just so happy that you got that news, because I believed it. I believed it was going to happen. And we get the information on Heather's mom, which I didn't know that was going on with you, Heather. So that was kind of unexpected to hear, but we got the dual whammy today, and that's beautiful news.
Indeed it is. By the way, Bill, is that an actual sock on your microphone, or what?
It is. It's an actual sock on the microphone. I thought it would stop me from breathing, but they call it a wind sock. But this is actually a sock, and it's going to have to do in the interim.
Well, whatever works is fine with me.
So Heather and I got together and spoke a little bit today, and we didn't have any specific agenda. We were just going to kind of get on here and just shovel it out for 20 to 30 minutes and just kind of see where we ended up at the end of it. So let me just say hi a couple minutes. We've got some people in the chat. We got Robert Nazawa. We've got Brian Rosenberg. We got Food Stamp. We got Dee Dee. We got Christy Kuhn. And we've got some people filtering in.
Okay, that works. We'll filter them all in. I see, Robert here. I don't know how to pronounce your last name, Robert, and being someone with a last name that people often mispronounce, I know it can be kind of a back and forth thing. So Robert Nazawa, I don't know if that's how you pronounce your name?
It looks like it could be, yeah.
Okay. Well, no matter how he pronounces his last name, he sent me some really good info that I ended up doing a little tidbit on Facebook this morning, a little video. No, it's Nozawa. Okay, Nozawa. Robert Nozawa. But anyway, I wanted to ask Robert, since he's in the chat tonight, have you, Robert, heard anything else about what you sent me about the tsunami warning about the possible backside of the island going off or anything like that? To me, it seemed like really important information. I know we kind of got mixed feelings when I posted that video, but I wanted to know if you heard anything.
So she's looking for an update to what you sent her today, Robert. And for any of you that don't know, Robert is out there on the Hawaiian Islands. I believe he is on Oahu, if I recall correctly, Honolulu area. I might have that wrong, but our thoughts and prayers are with you too, Robert, because you guys got a lot going on there in the 50th state.
Yeah. Well, I tell you one thing, Robert, I will probably be reaching out to you before the night's over and giving you a way to contact me personally in case things do happen very quickly so we can get the word out. I know you're one of the couple of Googles out there, as I so kindly put it, who are on the islands or in the islands that can give us that information. So, Bill, Christy, there was not a tsunami. There was just some kind of warning that went out that there was a possibility of one due to an outcome from the eruption of the volcano that is going on right now.
Well, and I think they also got hit with a earthquake today. I don't know exactly what it was. I think it was like a 4.4, I want to say.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, that was, I kind of caught that on some of my feeds earlier. I want to say maybe 4 or 5 hours ago. I'm not sure anything materialized, but yeah, the double whammy with the volcanoes and the earthquakes and so.
Yeah. So I see Brian, who just wrote code searcher in the chat. Brian, if you want to type up something to let us know what that is, that would be much appreciated, because I have not heard anything like that. And hello, Cheryl.
Cheryl Kessler is here. Haven't seen you in a little bit, Cheryl. Good to see you. Brian references Code Searcher. Code Searcher is actually somebody that I do follow, and maybe he can get into the specifics of it, but I know it has to do with like Bible code and that sort of information, you know, with the crossing and the letter. I'm screwing this up totally, but you know, letter digit, a certain number of letters and that kind of stuff, and they go through certain parts in the Bible. So I'm actually interested to hear what that was. It sounds like it could be juicy.
Yeah, and he also says that Code Searcher lives in Hawaii.
Really? I didn't know that.
So, wow. So I didn't know. I didn't even know who this person was, and he sounds very interesting. I'll probably have to go check him out.
Yeah, he's definitely, down with the Bible, and he, I don't know a ton about him myself, but just I know he's got a heart for the Lord, and with the Bible search codes and that kind of stuff. It's kind of strange how, if you've ever watched any of that, it's really quite interesting how, God, I wish I could think of what it's called, but it's like single letter digiting or something like that. But
yeah.
It comes up with phrases.
I will say one thing. I've read about these kind of codings and the codes in the Bible and stuff. Do I believe them? I don't know yet. I haven't done enough research, but I'm definitely open. I know that God does move in mysterious ways, and it could very well be that he put some kind of message in there for people later on to find. So I would love to learn more and, sort it out and see what he has got, see what he has to say on the subject.
For sure. It merits, finding out more about it, because I know that they've, like, in hindsight, they've done some things like with the JFK shooting, some things that have happened in the past. Now, that's the part of it where I'm with you, Heather, where I don't quite know if, kind of like Q, does past prove future? Can you single space the lettering in there and then come up with something? But there was a lot of instances where it was like Kennedy, book depository, rifle.
Wow.
It was like, whoa, how's that happen? Go ahead.
Oh, no, keep going. I had a thought, and I thought, well, no, this is not the right time. I'll input it later after you're finished with what you're going to say.
Okay, that's no problem. Sometimes I just make noises because it feels strange to not have a noise. And quite honestly, this is completely unscripted, outside of us saying, let's get together and do an unscripted interview.
I love unscripted because it's more natural, it's more honest, and it's real, and I like that. But here's what I was going to say. I was going to say, have you personally, Bill, ever heard of something called the Mandela effect? I know it's been something that's been going around for about a year or two on the internet. It's something. The reason why I found Mark to begin with was because I was researching the Mandela effect, and his video popped in. I don't know why, because it had nothing to do with the Mandela effect at all. But have you heard of it? And if so, what's your take on it? This is what I want to know.
That's funny. It's funny that you actually bring that up, because it was probably 3 nights ago. I was watching something where, I have never given much credence into the Mandela effect. Not to say that I don't believe it. It's just that I haven't spent a lot of time really thinking about it. But I watched this little special, and all of a sudden they popped up like 15 different instances where I went, yeah, if it was once, if it was twice, I'd be like, yeah, okay. But I think something very strange going on. Now, do they have a time machine? Maybe. I don't know. I don't think so, but maybe. Are they doing it to screw with people, just to throw it into the pie and make us maybe question, if they can get us to question enough things about our past, or, about what we recall, then can they come back and say, well, you don't actually have a very good recollection, because, here, and here, it says that it was this way. What's weird and strange to me is that when they come out with something that I clearly remember being a certain way, and then it's been like changed in like books. Let's just, for instance, take like Mirror, Mirror on the Wall with what was that, Snow White, and now everything is Magic Mirror on the Wall. I know
it was never. And like the things that got me started thinking about it is when they first pointed out the Thinking Man, and they're like, think of the Thinking Man. What do you remember? And I remember the closed fist, chin on the closed fist, but now he's got like an open palm, and he's like his chin is resting on like the back of the open palm. And then other things that like got me kind of thinking about it was, oh geez, like the whole, not just the Berenstein Bear things, but other things like beam me up, Scotty. Apparently now he never said that. Or the crystal that apparently Captain Picard on Star Trek always carried with him through like 90% of the episodes. It was such a big thing, but I'm a Trekkie fan. I was born Vulcan, okay? That's me. And it's like I never remembered this stupid crystal. It's like, what? This was never there. You know, so it's not
That's right. The crystal that didn't exist. And
crystal.
And those are the things.
Thing is,
oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say the stupid thing is, even though I never remember it, now that they pointed it out, I want it.
If it works, yeah, I want that in my arsenal. I was going to bring up some
Brian
of
the loves
tribbles. Some of the things that I remember that are kind of strange to me, though, that I caught out of there, like, is the position of a jet turbine on like a commercial airliner now. And this is,
oh, that's deep, man. That's deep.
It's real deep, and it doesn't have to be deep in that you don't have to understand like aeronautics and all that. But any person that's ever flown that I know, if you got into the plane and you looked out the window and you looked at the wing, because you know that's what you do before you take off, and when you fly, you know, it's like, oh, there's the wing. You just want to make sure it's still there, right?
Yeah.
You never see that turbine, but just a couple feet of it, it's like centered underneath the wing. So it's like centered.
Yeah.
But now that turbine is not centered on the wing. It's actually in front of the wing. In other words, it's towards the front of the plane.
Oh, I don't remember that. No, I know, because
neither do I.
To Denmark for 12 hours, I sat looking out that window at that stupid turbine all the way there. So
Yeah.
I know where that thing was.
Me too. You should look it up, though, Heather. I mean, seriously, it's like they have this thing. They have it set up. In other words, that like probably 80% of it is in front of the wing, and I just don't ever recall it looking like that. And now I pull up pictures on images on Google and that kind of stuff, and it's like there's no images to speak of. At least the verdict's not completely off that I see where they were centered in the wing, and it's like, guys, I've flown a bunch.
But hey, I got another Mandela effect for you. Since you seem to like music, do you remember the Village People?
Oh yes, I do.
No. Okay, well here's one. Now there is a new member suddenly to the Village People. It's like a black cop or something. I don't even know. It's like I gotta look it up. There's like an extra person in the Village person now.
No, you're absolutely you're right.
Took me out for like the longest time. I'm like, no.
Yeah, and well, the black cop was the lead singer, but that was in that show that I had seen. He's actually a black military guy, and I'm like,
oh, black. Yeah, something changed. I forgot what exactly it was, but yeah.
It was that guy, and now like I look at the videos from the 70s and the 80s because you know people were on like Soul Train and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And we remember the cop, we remember the firefighter, we remember the Indian with the full headdress, and the construction worker, and he had a porno mustache. I mean, there's just certain things that we remember. Not that I've ever seen one of those, but I don't remember, you know, the military guy being in the Village People.
The military guy, see the black cop. Oh my gosh, that sounds so racist now.
It is what it is. I mean, it's not racism; it's realism.
I know. That's crazy, but I don't even know why I brought up the Mandela. Oh, yes, because you mentioned JFK, and that was another thing they pointed out is, like, I remember there not being a third row with, like, a second set of people in between, like, the front and the back, but apparently now there is.
Right,
That's
right.
what sparked my memory is you said JFK, and I'm like, oh.
For any of you that don't know what Heather's referencing, if you've ever seen the real shot heard around the world, it was the limousine that was going through Dallas, and it was, I forget the name of it, but it was going just through that square. And what we had was I recall, a front seat and a back seat. Now, it was a very long, you know, like personal stretched limo, but I remember a front seat and a back seat. Okay.
Yep.
Now there's 3 rows of seats that are in there. And that's what she's referencing. And, you know, to answer your question about why you brought up the Mandela effect, that's a fascinating topic. It's a topic that you could, you know, you can actually have some fun with it, but at the end of the day, you're kind of like, it's kind of, you know, the truth is stranger than fiction, and how could so many people be incorrect about this? Do you remember like the Oscar Mayer song, not the Oscar Mayer Wiener part, but the baloney song, the you know, my baloney has a first name, it's OSCAR.
My baloney has a first name, it's
OSCER.
OCARY.
And then my baloney has a second name, it's MEYER.
Yeah, that one, yeah.
It's MAYER now. And I guess, you know, grammatically that could be a stretch, but man, I had said this actually in another stream before, is that when I grew up, there were literally 3 channels plus PBS. And so anything that was on TV was ingrained into your memory. And so for them to just throw a right hook and try to say that Oscar Mayer is now Oscar Mayer, MAYER, I'm just like, no, this is crazy. It was ME. Yeah, it was ME. Yes, we agree. Cheryl Kessler says that it was MAYER. Always, she says, I swear. And you know what? Maybe that's the psyop part of this, is that now we got truthers disagreeing with truthers. And so mission accomplished, sir, maybe, but
exactly.
It's fun.
And you know what? You brought up a very interesting topic, Bill.
What's that?
You completely dated yourself when you said you grew up with 3 channels plus PBS.
Yeah, I'm an old guy. I'm an old guy.
You can't be much older than me, surely. I don't think so anyway. I don't know.
You're probably 27, so that would make me 31.
I'm not 27. Oh, no. Thank you so much. You're nice. You're very nice.
I've been married 25 years. I'm nice and I'm smart.
Well, I'm almost 40. And when I was younger, I remember my first television had the specific channels of 2, 4, 6, 8, and U. I don't know what the U was for, but it was a channel. And it was like a dial. And I remember running through my great-grandmother's house. Yeah, I grew up with my great-grandmother and my mom. And so I had that TV, and then I had a Victrola. So that was like my technology till I got 8 and moved out into the real world. But anyway, I ran through the house one time and I hit the back of my hand on the knob, and it changed the channels all the way around. I hit it so hard I ended up like breaking my hand or something.
Well, that's the technology of the old days. And the good thing is that it could take that kind of abuse. I think Channel U is you know, who the non-earthly people probably communicated with the Pleiadians with or something. I don't know. Channel U, I don't. It must have been on a different frequency. It's like,
I don't know. Maybe I'm from another planet and Channel U is something I'm not supposed to talk about.
That's right. And tomorrow we'll turn on in the Mandela effect. They'll say, Channel U, what are you talking about?
What was that last thing you said?
I said tomorrow we'll wake up and the Mandela effect will have taken place, and we'll wake up and say Channel U, and they'll be like, Channel U, what are you talking about? Like, it never existed.
It never existed. What are you talking about? That's what it's for.
We remember Channel V, not Channel U. It's like crazy.
Channel V for Vulcan.
Oh, well, I have been just trying to keep up with you here, Heather. and it's fantastic to have you.
I need to slow down for you.
No, you're fantastic. You're fantastic. I have not been reading the chat. I've just been letting my brain Rolodex through all the old memories that I have, and that's cool. So I'm just gonna look at a couple chats here, and everybody's kind of commenting on what we were talking about, you know, with
I'm gonna do that too.
Something with
Sinbad. She's probably the oldest one right now. No, they're gonna have an age war.
Oh no. Well, guys, this is
I'm
where,
38.
guys. Okay, Heather is 38. Guys, this is where we shut up. This is the part of the show where we don't talk. And we go,
So Cheryl's 61,
Flowers.
Brian's 56, Robert's 47. Oh, Robert? I thought you were like in 22 or something.
Jesus, Robert. Yeah, I mean, no, not meaning any racism, but you Asians and don't age terrible. You guys age awesome.
It's skincare, because even the guys know how to take care of their skin. I don't think he's Asian. I think he's Hawaiian. Are you Hawaiian? Are you Asian? See, now we're going into like.
That brings up an interesting point. yeah. Are Hawaiians Asian? Do you remember that old? Speaking of aging myself, do you guys remember that old commercial that used to be on, and it was two Asian women, and they were like, we're going to do our own commercial. We do pearl cream. You remember the pearl cream commercials?
I don't remember.
I'll never forget them. Maybe the Mandela effect says they never happened, but I remember them.
I remember Flintstones trying to sell me cigarettes.
The Flintstones were trying to sell you cigarettes?
So that's just because, okay, you might find me funny, but one of the things I do in my spare time when I'm bored and I want to watch YouTube, but I don't want to get into all the true things. I watch old vintage commercials. I watch them for hours.
That is, you know what? I've been in some late night places on YouTube where I'm like, how the hell did I get here? Robert Nazawa just chimed in and says that he is not only Filipino, Chinese, and Spanish man, but he's also Japanese. My
Japanese, Filipino, Chinese, Spanish man.
That's right. Secret Japanese, Filipino, Chinese, Spanish man.
It's the way this guy wrote it in the chat. It's so funny.
He's super nice too. Robert Nazawa is a good soul.
Well, you know, food stamp, I would have to disagree with you. My husband is 100% Danish.
Oh, okay. And
100% Viking. Talking about 6'5", broad guy. Yeah.
2 horns growing out of his head. Yeah, those Vikings. You gotta.
Sometimes, man, I tell you, sometimes.
Well, hey, it takes a village to raise all of us idiots. So we gotta have them. We gotta have them all. We gotta have them all.
I'm an interesting mix. I'm Irish and German. But I'm also Scottish, and I just found out that I'm part Portuguese.
Wow.
So, like, there's a shocker.
Yeah, you know, it's the international melting pot. Exactly. They call that a Heinz 57, you know, and I've got some predominant things that are in me, which would be German, Dutch, and Danish. There's a dash of Danish. I've got some Irish. I also, to my dismay, have a little French, Canadian, Indian in me. So,
oh wow!
I can't fish. I can't fish for free, and I certainly can't collect from a casino. But apparently, there is some in me, and I just don't I don't understand why. It just comes out of me.
Well, that's totally fine. I mean, I'm a big history buff. I like history, not only like Earth history, but I like history about my own self and genealogy. And I've traced my family back to the 1300s. So that's where I got kind of a little bit set up, and I had to put it on the shelf. So I'll go back and finish that later and see how far back I can go.
That's a good idea. Would it surprise you at all that Food Stamp is hillbilly with a little bit of redneck in him?
It would not surprise me at all. But he has all his teeth.
Yeah.
So, you pointed it.
You gotta be able to eat those deer. They ain't gonna eat themselves. I love Food Stamp though. Food Stamps.
As long as I can eat my Hostess cupcakes, I'm good.
Well, you know, that's a natural food, so I'm with you.
My special peanut butter cups.
Oh yeah, they love to poison us. They do taste. They taste real good, but got to step away from them. They're so bad for us. Earn Dog hasn't been on lately, Dee Dee says, and you know what? No. Earn Dog is on a road trip.
Yeah, he is. I saw one of his most recent videos he did, and it looks like he's doing like a traveling vlog now, which I think is awesome. You know, like we said, when it's just about getting out there and doing your thing. Who cares if it's not about finding food or talking about weird stuff. It could be you having daily vlogs with your kitten.
Absolutely.
If it's something that you're passionate about, do it and share it, and that's what's better. So
that's Earn Dog.
I say cheers for Earn Dog. It's awesome.
Some birds were not meant to be caged. And
exactly.
Earn Dog
He's definitely not a caged one.
He has not had his wings clipped. That's for sure. He's one of the good ones.
Yeah, he is. I like that. I like that.
Well, would it surprise you to know that we've been on now for 35 minutes? And it feels like...
Well, I've actually been watching the time, and I'm so good. So
28 minutes.
28. I think I got to go. I'll let you know.
Okay, that's fine. I'm not going to bring it up again
unless
then.
You end it first. I mean, that would be understandable.
No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm sensitive to your time, and if that's a non-issue, then we'll just move forward. Getting in here, right. Robert Nozawa says that Earn Dog is on assignment or on an adventure. You know, I could see him doing one of those like Man versus Food episodes or something like that because he's got that chef background.
Yeah. That'd be crazy good.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if one day it comes out, we find out that Earn Dog is actually a secret agent. And he's like traveling around the world.
He's like, do you know that I gave myself the flu in order to pull this off? I was sick for 3 weeks.
Oh, gosh. I'm talking with 20 other people.
Oh, you're breaking up. You're breaking up. Sorry. Say it again.
Oh, I'm here. Oh, I was just, my husband asked a question, and I was like, I'm talking with you and about 20 other people here. I don't even know how many's in there, but they seem to be having a good old conversation. Or he's a spy. Food Stamp says he's a spy.
Yeah, he's a food spy.
He's a food spy. He's a food spy.
I would let Earn Dog cook for me, though. I trust him. He's not a spy that would send me, you know, to the box.
Jim and who else? Texan Tom. When he talks, when he shows up in the chat, Texan Tom always makes me hungry. And it's irritating, but I love it at the same time. You know? Like,
Texas Tom actually, he launched a video tonight, and it was a picture of his motorcycle, which, if you know Texas Tom, which I'm starting to get to learn, you know that this is not like a little mini bike or anything. He's got himself a nice big fat matte black Harley. I mean, Texas Tom is a man's man. I can tell.
He's a man's man.
He's a man's man.
I didn't even know was this his first video?
You know what? I don't know. I know that I hit the notifications on him, and boom, there it was. All of a sudden he had like a 15-second. It was literally like a 15-second video. Like he just got out of a restaurant, absolutely demolishing, you know, his food tray, and he was walking out and he was like, you know, there's my bike right there, and that thing looks really cool, and I'm gonna take a picture and put it on YouTube right after I go fishing. I give Tom shit about fishing.
Okay, here's something that somebody in the chat needs to do for me if they can. You guys need to get Texas Tom's channel and send it to me on Facebook so I can watch these videos, because I didn't even know.
Yeah.
So if someone can do that, that would be great.
Tom's got a lot of information floating up in there too, which I think that he is dying to share with the world. We need
to pick on him.
Yeah,
his brain.
That's right. I won't get into the specifics of some of the things that he's texted me, but Texas Tom has sent me an email or two, and that dude, he's pretty deep. He's pretty deep. I'm not gonna lie. He's a deep guy. And in all the good ways, all the good ways. He and I,
all the good ways.
We didn't hit it off right at first, but he and I have actually kind of developed a pretty cool friendship. He's a good guy.
Well, you know, it's kind of weird how you get into a big group of people and you instantly, and no matter what you say, we tend to instantly judge people just by, you know, their first impressions. It's like a technique, something humans have learned how to do. And sometimes you go into a room or a group of people, whether it's chat or a physical room or whatever, and you point out a few specific people and you're like, no. But by the end of the night or a few days later, you find out that you have so much in common with that person, and you guys usually hit it off and become real good friends.
Yep. Yep, somebody that's just like us in a lot of ways. We're like, I don't like that guy. Yeah, he's just like you. Oh, he's kind of
try so
cool.
hard to find stuff wrong with them, but yet it just doesn't work, and then pretty soon you connect. And this is a good point I think you should point out here. And here's me going into my skills about kind of what I do with my videos. You never know what a person's been through or their background. So it's just like dealing with my son. If someone were to meet him now the way he's changed, you probably wouldn't have known his past.
That's
and
right.
You never know what a person's been through or where they're coming from. So don't be quick to judge people. You really should at least get to know them a few minutes and be able to get an accurate vibe off of them before you do that.
I think the definition of that is don't judge a book by its cover. But that
Thank you. You were knowing what I was trying to say.
I got you.
Rambling.
No, you're not.
No,
you're not rambling.
I'm sober.
You're
and I'm sober.
No, you're totally not rambling. You're good.
I've had a long, don't judge me, man. I've had a long, don't judge me.
I don't judge anybody. I don't judge anybody. Yeah.
That's a good thing.
That's right. I don't think many people do.
If there's a guy standing there with a gun shooting people, it's pretty obvious what his intentions are. So it's probably okay to say no to that person.
Yeah, he's going to get lead. He's going to get lead poisoning, is what he's going to get. And not in a fun way, if there is a fun way to get that. But I'm with you. I'm not about hurting or killing anybody, but given the proper motivation, or it's me or you.
Yeah.
Well, sorry about your luck.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Oh my gosh. See, we went into a really weird topic now.
And I'm not surprised. Not surprised.
Change the subject, please.
Cheryl Kessler says, "Good night, DWE." That must be for D. D is going to bed. D hearts. So very, very happy for not only your wonderful news, but wonderful news for all of us. We are very happy that all turned out well. And it's good to see you guys. Thanks for coming out again. I know that I've put my face out here a little more often than I normally do, but I appreciate you Dee Dee and Christy Kuhn and Cheryl Kessler. It's been a little bit. Robert Nazawa, Brian Rosenberg. It's good to see you. And Food Stamp. It's great to see you too. Just very happy that you guys are here, and I appreciate my guest tonight, Heather Kaas, who is we've struck up a friendship. I thought I saw Robert Wallace's name there earlier, so I'm not sure if he's still with us. Maybe a second, or maybe he's got his hands on a project and he's
working.
Moss
is live right now, so people may be swapping over or switching over, or maybe some people left when he went live. So. Which is cool too.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm a Marv fan. I'm a fuggly. So I don't,
You're a fuggly woogly.
I'm a fuggly woogly.
A fuggly woogly.
We're gonna coin that. That's a new phrase.
We're gonna claim that one. That's ours, Mark. Sorry.
Robert Nazawa. Nah, we're drinking here. Hey, Robert. I'll put this invite out. You can come drink at my house in Michigan anytime you want. Can I come to your house, buddy?
There you go.
Oh yeah.
All right, well,
he lives in paradise.
I'm probably gonna get going too. But I do have an idea, Bill. I will text you it here in a few minutes, but I'm probably gonna hop off and try to wind down from the day too. So
that's beautiful. Thank you, Heather. Appreciate you coming on. I will hang up with you, look for your text, and after that, I'm just going to wrap up with everybody here quick, and we're going to get on with our day. So thanks again, guys. Right. We're here with Heather Kaas, who you all know from the Heather Kaas YouTube channel, and Heather can be reached. Cheryl, Robert, Food Stamp. She's giving her bye-byes. I think everybody here probably does have your channel, but we'll talk to you soon. Have a good night. God bless. Thanks, Heather. Bye-bye. Bye. I was waiting for a second to see that, to comment on that, Christy Kuhn. I want a Bill Mish t-shirt. That, nobody would know what that is at all. But I'm not going to say I'm not flattered, because I am. Robert, that's cool, man. Maybe one day, and I didn't say that just to be a dick. But that would be cool. It would be cool if we could set up to visit each other, and all of us. I mean, I know that I know where some of y'all live. Like, I won't say specifically, but I know that Heather's in the North Pacific area. I mean, I've never been there. That'd be a phenomenal place. Texas Tom. Well, I heard he lives in where is it? It'll come to me. Robert Wallace, Northern California. Me, I'm by the Great Lakes. And okay, I got it. So I see it. So guys, I was going to say it might be a new record for me. It's been 40 minutes, but that's not a new record. We are a Heinz 57 group. Yeah, we are. All the best parts of the ketchup bottle. It's so awesome you guys come. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, and I hope that you enjoy your time here like I do, because just not going to mute that one. I'm sorry. I didn't have it in me to push the button. I do apologize. That's awfully pigly of me. But I was a pig before I started this channel, and I probably will be a pig for a bit afterwards. The slogan for the new ketchup bottle. Thanks, Cheryl Kessler. I knew you'd like that. Actually, I didn't have a clue if you would, but food stamp right on cue. Bust me up. That's what the sock is for. I know. I think it makes it quieter. That's so funny, dude. Oh, shoot. That's funny. Well, guys, 42 minutes in. I don't have anything worthwhile to add. But, thanks for coming out tonight. Thanks to my special guest again, Heather Kaas. Tomorrow night, we're going to go live with Robert Wallace for a few minutes and see what's cooking with him up in his area. And again, if any of you guys, please reach out to me. This is not about me picking out random people. You reach out to me, I'll do an interview. Let's let the community get to know you. So real quick, it's Bill Mish. That's BILLMICH 123@gmail.com. Love to learn more about you guys, the same way that you've learned about me and Robert and Heather and Marv. Eventually I'll get Marv on one of these, or vice versa. That'd be awesome. So with that, hug your loved ones. Tell them you love them. Because, well, I don't know. We just should. So, guys, God bless you. Have a fantastic night. And, hey, Q information drops coming. This is all coming to a head. We're about to get our country back, and the world's going to get the world back. So, God bless y'all. Love you.